Coach, the Broncos are coming off a 35-17 win over St. Francis. This week they head on the road to Syracuse. Just give your thoughts on the game over the weekend and what you're looking forward to this week.
Yeah, I thought it was a great team win, opening win versus St. Francis. Really proud of our players, coaches, staff on our preparation, execution, and getting our players ready for that game. I thought we played with great effort, physicality in all three phases. A special shout out to Jalen Buckley. He had a special week, earned a scholarship day before the game on Wednesday. In the game, he had his first touchdown, 194 yards rushing, which was a career high, and he was just named MAC Co-Offensive Player of the Week. So can't wait to see how he follows that week up. But really, really nice job by him. I thought it was an unbelievable atmosphere at Waldo, which created a competitive advantage. I want to thank the fans, but a special shout out to our student section. They were loud from beginning to end, really the heart and soul of our home field advantage. It was exciting atmosphere, great atmosphere to play in. Really, we fed off their energy and excitement, and really appreciate them showing up and showing out for our first game at home. Our focus is now on Syracuse. They're coached by Dino Babers. Great head coach, had success everywhere he's been, done a really nice job at Syracuse. Former MAC head coach, won the conference, so he knows this conference well. And so he always has his teams prepared. They play hard, they play disciplined in all three phases. It's a really good team with good players on both sides of the football and in special teams. It will be a loud, tough environment. We opened up the season last year, was at Louisville, opening game there last year in the Dome. It's loud, and they create a great environment, which will be challenging. They're led offensively by quarterback Garrett Schrader, have a deep receiving core, which you saw in their previous win, really big win over Colgate, but the receiving core is led by Rondé Gadsden. And then also, I think it's a pretty special player, running back LaQuint Allen, is dynamic in the run game and pass game. Defensively, they've got a ton of starters and talent returning, led by linebacker Marlo Wax, and then safety Justin Barron. Up front on the D-line, they're athletic. They have multiple guys that can get after the passer. And we talked about special teams. I think they were ranked third in the country in kickoff return average. They've got a great returner. Multiple returners and really good kicker and punter. So we will have to be well disciplined and prepared.
Open up for questions?
Yeah. Coach, obviously the familiarity with that program. Do you think you just, really did mention it there, their return game, their special teams unit, is that something that you guys are really looking to focus on this week, or is there anything else that really stands out to you about that program that you guys are looking to hone in on?
Yeah, we're going to focus on all three phases. I think that's why it's important, why I wanted to hire Coach Popovich, a special teams coordinator, so he can focus all of his attention. It's a third of the football game, so we want to be great in all three phases, and that's one of them. But we've got to do a great job in all phases. I think this team can beat you in multiple ways. Offensively, they're really dynamic. They have multiple guys who can score touchdowns. They can put up points in bunches. They just beat Colgate 65-0. I think had a school record 677 yards of offense and 6 passing touchdowns. So that's impressive. Defensively, they attack. They're multiple in their scheme. They're disciplined and well coached, and they play hard and attack the football. So we've got to be really good in all three phases.
Coach, you talk about playing a team like Syracuse, which is, upper class a little bit from what you played last week. It's also a situation where a lot of Western Michigan Broncos maybe weren't recruited by a team like Syracuse. Do they come in there with a chip on the shoulder, and do you buy into that, or do you kind of sell that this week a little bit?
Yeah, I think our focus and mentality has to be the same every single week. No matter what happened last week, whether you win or you lose, and no matter who the opponent is, we have to focus on us first, and then focus on our game plan and how we attack each opponent. I know that it will be a great test for our guys and a great opportunity. They've got a great crowd and environment there, really good football team. This team was 6-0, started the season 6-0 last year. I think they made it as high as, number 14 in the country in the rankings, and then had some injuries, but it will be a great test for our guys. I think the mentality has to be the same each week, but it's a great opportunity for us.
And one more, the coaching cliche says you want to get better from week 1 to week 2, make the biggest improvement. What do you want to do better this week that you didn't see last week that you're hoping to get in week 2?
Yeah, no, I've said that myself, that cliche. I mean, to me, you make your biggest improvement from week 1 to week 2. I think that's so true in college football because it's your first test against another opponent to really measure yourself, see, what your strengths and weaknesses are. That was what was good with the couple of extra days after our Thursday night game. We really evaluated the film. We evaluated ourselves as coaches first, what we needed to do better in the game from a coaching and strategic standpoint, and then from a personnel standpoint on the field. I think a couple of things that showed up on the film. I thought our guys played hard and limited mistakes. We had 1 turnover, 3 penalties. You always want that to be 0, but if you've watched so many first opening games this weekend, a lot of them are sloppy. So I was proud that our guys, really played sound and discipline. We have to eliminate the mental errors. And also execute when the opportunities are there. Can't turn the ball over, there in the red zone and give up points and throw an interception. Defensively, we've got to be more gapped and eye discipline. I think we gave up 146 yards on 3 plays. Outside of that, we played pretty well, but you can't have buts and excuses. We've got to clean up the mistakes.
When you look at the offensive game plan that you guys were able to roll out this past week, I think you got up over 90 plays. And I know playing fast, playing quick, that's exactly what you guys wanted to do this year by bringing in Coach Kosh. Being able to do that week 1, establish that and get off on that right track. How excited are you guys as a unit just knowing that you were able to get that many successful plays off?
Yeah, we've been talking about, Coach Kosh's offense and the style of play that we're going to have on the offensive side of the ball, fast and furious. I think you saw the tempo show up and played at a great pace. We had 96 offensive plays, and so I think that that's who we want to be, but also, I think Coach Kosh from week to week will change up the tempos when needed, slow it down, even huddle when we need to, slow the pace down, make sure that we get in the right play. But I thought he did a really nice job calling the first game, continuing to call what was working, and continuing to be physical up front and execute the plays on the field.
Is being able to find what's working. I mean, obviously it's what you want to do, but is it that you're going to be looking to maybe be a little run heavy, knowing you've got so much talent, knowing you've got the likes of Jalen, Keyshawn, so many guys in the backfield, or was that just it's working, let's keep going to it?
Yeah, I think every week we're going to evaluate what we do well, but also how we want to attack each opponent. Each opponent is different, and each game is different. So you go into it with a game plan. You see what's working. I mean, if you ask me, I want to be balanced. Run and pass. But I do think when you can run the football, it takes pressure off of the pass game. And helps open up some things in the pass game, and so we want to be able to use that to our advantage in terms of being able to continue to build off what we started.
One more, guys. First road game for you guys. Preparation, I'm sure, going to be a little bit different this week than having a home game. How has it been different for you guys, for the staff, of trying to get these guys ready for heading out on the road, still doing things your way, and ensuring that it'll be done the Bronco way?
Yeah, our preparation won't change from week to week. That's one of the things that I try to do is create a routine and normalcy within a game week preparation. The only time it will change is on Fridays when we're leaving for the game and actually traveling. Other than that, up until then, it will be the exact same. I think for this road game in particular, we talked about the crowd noise. I experienced it last year. It does affect the game. It affects your snap count. So we've got to have an answer with silent cadence and make sure that we're disciplined up front, all on the same page, and communicate and have poise in the noise.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.